What's going on YouTube? In this video I want to talk about the state of the Democratic race and Bernie Sanders' campaign in particular. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you might know where this is going and how I feel about this. So when Bernie Sanders won Indiana, since he won Indiana, I've been saying that if he runs the table and wins all the remaining states, he has a legitimate claim to the Democratic nomination. Just because at that point the pledged delegate count is going to be a lot closer. Like I've said in previous videos, when you see the delegate count on cable news, they always include the superdelegates with Hillary Clinton's delegate count, which makes it seem very lopsided, when in reality, I think Sanders is down like 200 and some change delegates, pledged delegates to Hillary Clinton. But with the superdelegates, since Hillary Clinton has over 500 and Bernie has like 30, it looks a lot more lopsided when they include those numbers. Anyway, I want to talk about the elections going on tomorrow in Oregon and in Kentucky. And in particular in Oregon, there was a report that came out that more than 44,000 people in Oregon registered for a party this election cycle. Now, why did they do that? Because Oregon is a closed primary, which typically has benefited Hillary Clinton and has been not a good thing for Bernie Sanders. He seems to win open primaries, she seems to win closed primaries. But more than 44,000 people chose a party this election cycle to vote for, many of those being the Democratic Party, and they seem to be, well, I guess the interpretation is that many of them are Bernie Sanders supporters. I guess we can't say for sure, but it appears to be that way. So recent polls show Hillary Clinton up about 15 points to Bernie Sanders in the state of Oregon. But if young people turn out in large numbers, and a good portion of them, 44,000 people I'm talking about, that voted or that registered as a Democrat this election cycle, if a lot of them are Bernie Sanders supporters and young people turn out, Bernie Sanders is going to have a really good night in Oregon, despite what the polls say, and have him, trailing Secretary Clinton by 10 to 15 points usually is what I've seen out of the state of Oregon. And in Kentucky, it's kind of the same thing. It doesn't have the backstory of 44,000 people registering to the Democratic Party this election cycle. But the polls, Hillary Clinton is up, I think, by like 5 or 6 points on average in the state of Kentucky. But if Bernie Sanders can pull up upsets in both of these states, he is on his way. And like I've said, since Indiana, he is on his way to the Democratic nomination. And, all that's stopping it is people coming out to vote for him. So all the people out there that, think that the nomination is tied up, Hillary Clinton is the nominee, and you're a Bernie Sanders supporter, don't think that way. Go and support your candidate. Go and vote for your candidate. Even if Bernie Sanders doesn't get the Democratic nomination, the more victories he gets and the more votes he gets, it puts him in a better position to demand Secretary Clinton, the Democratic nominee, if, Bernie Sanders doesn't get it. Puts him in a better position to demand things of her. I've touched on this a little bit before, demand things, like coming out against the Supreme Court ruling Citizen United. He can demand Hillary Clinton to come out against that and be vocal on that in her campaign, because I know that's a huge issue for Bernie Sanders supporters, money in politics. So, yeah, pretty much Oregon and Kentucky tomorrow on Tuesday, May the 17th. Get out there and vote for your candidate, whether it's Hillary or Bernie, or if you're on the Republican side and still want to vote, even though Donald Trump is the GOP nominee. Go out and vote. We're one of the only countries, well, not one of the only, but we're one of the countries on this earth that has gives its citizens the right to vote. Some countries you can't vote, so go and exercise your rights. Go and vote for the candidate you support, even if you don't feel like Bernie Sanders has a shot at winning the nomination. Still go and vote and support your candidate, because I'm telling you, if he wins all the remaining states, she's got a big problem, meaning Hillary Clinton has a big problem in locking up that Democratic nomination. Alright, so let me know what you guys think about this video, and let me know what you guys think about the state of the race and Bernie Sanders' campaign. And if you guys like this video, please drop a like, and if you guys want to see future content, please subscribe to the channel.